on this computer. There you go. You guys probably have to hit a button so that you can be recorded as well. But okay, so building our new morning and evening routine. So when I sent you guys the questionnaire, some of those things were like, one of the things that we wanted to be able to do is go, it's really about making a successful day. It's like all of us have our own little things that like would make a successful day. So one of the questions was, what are the top 3 things that you need to get done, right? So like those would be the things that we're making a priority. So I would assume, and after looking at some of the responses, like working out is pretty high on the priority list for all of us. Mm-hmm. It may be, like I tend to pick like taking care of myself, maintaining relationships, and then something for the business, like personal growth, which are usually intertwined. So like for me, mine are, I'm going to work out, I'm going to read, and then I'm going to be grateful for, and then share some sort of gratefulness with someone I love, right? So those would be the 3 actions that I'm going to do. And if I do that, then I've had a successful day. And the reason why we want to kind of narrow that down is to be like, well, if we only had time to do one thing, like we would be able to narrow it down to those 3 things, like one of those 3 things. If we have time for all 3, then we would have like a really crazy, awesome day, and pretty much anything else wouldn't really matter, right? And we have things like, work that, maybe get in the way of doing those things if we wait later in the day. So now we get to welcome Chelsea. So what we want to do is just write those things down on this document so that we know exactly where our priorities lie in order to have a successful day. So does anybody need a reminder of what those were for them? What's up, Chelsea?
Hi, there we go. I have better sound now.
Okay, cool. So I shared a document. I'll reshare it here in the, I can figure out how to get back to this. There we go. In the chat. Everyone paste. Just in case you didn't see that, Chelsea, but here's a document you can fill out, just make your morning routine. This is the one we're following along with. So are you on your phone, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's real hard to see what I'm sharing here, but okay, so we got the top 3 things that we need to get done in a day. Everybody remember what those are or no? Anybody need a reminder?
What was my 3rd one? I know it was go to the gym, eat healthier, eat healthy meals or healthy choices. I forgot what the other one was.
You had getting my workout in, choosing healthier food options, and drink more water.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. All right. So let me just steal yours here, Jackie. Workout. Drink more water. Eat healthier. And so now what we need to do is take those 3 things and make them all super actionable. What is the minimum amount of time that you would have to do a workout for it to count?
My hour.
An hour. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And if you did an hour workout every day, or even just today, it would be a win.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. How much water would you have to drink in a day for it to be a good day of drinking water?
I would say 8 to 10 cups, right?
Okay.
8 to 10 cups.
So how much water do you drink at a regular meal, or like
one of these?
Like accidentally, right? So you drink like a 16-ouncer at
Yes.
each meal?
Yes.
All right. So if you drank 20 ounces, drink 20 ounces of water before the day. And so the reason why I say the day is once the day starts, everything else is off. Like you don't know, you're not going to guarantee anything gets done. When you get to work or like your most hectic part of the day where things go different than normal, then that's when you end up failing. So for example, by the time my kids wake up, if I haven't done the most important things, now all bets are off of whether I'm going to get anything done the rest of the day. And I'll probably have time to do things, but it won't be regimented. It will be, oh, Cade fell asleep, Maisie's having a snack and relaxing. I can go work out for 15 minutes, which is not the way I want to live my life. I don't want to live haphazard. Not when I could easily make a routine and get it done. So if you were to drink 20 ounces before the day starts, and then you accidentally drank 2 bottles of water, you would be hydrated enough for the day. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now eat healthier. Let's turn that into a top action item that is achievable. So like if we say eat healthier, that would mean that we would have to track something to say this is healthier than that, right? So instead of saying eat healthier, let's say eat a healthy breakfast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have to define what that is. Right. So for our purposes, we'll say it's got protein, veggies, and fruit. Something like that. Right. So we have to define it. Right. So those are the things that if we did those 3 things, you had a successful day. Right. So all of these are surrounding your health and fitness. So I would venture to say that your top priority in your life is being healthy. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So now these are the things that we're going to try and have done before the day starts.
Okay.
Okay. So the next piece is, right, what is the earliest time that you're required to be somewhere, Jackie?
7:30 for the workout.
So the workout is one of your priorities. It's not a place you are required to be. Where are you required to be?
At work at around 8:30.
Okay. So we got 8:30 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, is when work begins. Okay, so then after work begins, we're not going to count on making your life the happiest and best it could be, right? Hopefully your work helps you feel fulfilled and all that stuff, but that's how we're talking about today. Okay, so now how long does it take you to commute to work?
2 minutes.
Okay.
I hate you.
And how long does it take from when you finish up working out, drinking your water, and eating a healthy breakfast to be ready to make that 2-minute commute?
How long does it take?
Yeah, to wrap up all the things you did before you had to get ready for work.
I would say 2 hours. Or an hour and a half.
All right. So what are the things that you have to do in order to wrap up and get ready for work?
Just come home, take a shower, and sit in front of the computer.
Okay. So you have to come home,
Yes.
take a shower. How long does that take?
15 minutes.
Okay. So at 8:15, if you start driving home at 8:15, take your shower, you'll be ready to work at 8:30 every morning.
8:45.
At 8:45. Okay, so earliest time, 8:45. Okay, so at 8:15, that's when you need to start your wrap up and commute. Right? So for you, that's drive home from gym and shower. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, activity like the top priority for you of the 3 that we have listed up here, what would you consider? 1 hour workout, drinking 20 ounces of water, or eating a healthy breakfast?
My priority is getting to the gym.
Okay. Okay. How long does it take you to get to the gym?
15 minutes.
Okay. So then you got your workout, which you're telling me you're doing the 7:30 class?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the time is a little off.
I see that, you know. I think you might be late to work once in a while here.
The thing is, I get up really early. I'm like up at 6, or sometimes at 5:30. I log into work, do what I gotta do, and then get ready to go to the gym. Y para afuera to the gym.
Okay.
But you know, that's why I can do it.
Okay.
You can
So,
keep that. Go ahead. Just keep everything like you got.
okay. Then, and I think, when do you eat breakfast?
I eat when before I go to the gym, I have like an apple. And when I come home, that's when I eat my breakfast.
Okay.
So I'll just, eat my breakfast in front of the computer.
Okay. When do you make breakfast?
I buy these prepared foods from the Kenny's Meals. So they're already
Okay.
done. Yeah. So I just
Okay.
heat it up.
Okay. Cool. So then we've got your 2 biggest things. So then we just have 20 ounces of water. Where do you get that in?
I get it in, I guess, a little bit before I go to the gym and during gym. And when I get home, I drink my water with my breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So that means at 7:15,
Yep.
drive to gym. How long does it take for you to prepare to go to the gym?
What do you mean? Like get dressed to go to the gym?
Yeah.
5 minutes. I have everything ready in the morning. I already put it out the day before. Quick and
Cool.
easy, quick and easy.
You already got some of these hacks down, Jackie?
I know,
right,
what
so-
am I doing here?
All right. So that means that you could wake up at 7 a.m.
Yep, technically.
All right. So 7 a.m. wake up. All right. So now if we go backwards from what you mentioned in how many hours of sleep you need, or you feel like garbage, you need at least 8 hours of sleep.
Yes, sir.
So we got to work backwards from there. So you need to be asleep by 11 p.m.
Oh, then I got that too. I'm in bed by 9.
Then tell me, Jackie, how do you only get typically 8 hours of sleep?
Mira, because when I lay down, I watch a little TV, I relax, and then I fall asleep.
So what time do you actually fall asleep?
Maybe sometimes a half an hour after I get in the bed. I'm sorry, I'm no good. Maybe you should have diagnosed me.
No. Now, based on your morning routine, it seemed like we didn't need to work on anything. And now the evening routine's coming to, now we can see some spots where we need to work. Okay, so 11, you would have to be asleep by 11 p.m. in order to wake up at 7 fully rested. And right now you're telling me you go up to bed at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Is that like every night, or is that?
Yeah, sometimes sooner.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't have any children.
I go up to bed at 9 p.m. too. So
Okay, good.
The day when you can go to bed at 9 o'clock at night, Brian, aren't you so excited for that day?
I'm already going to bed at that time.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I'm real boring like that.
Hey, so good.
My schedule is down to the five minutes, so
Awesome. I don't know how you do it.
a lot of practice. I started with this activity, so hopefully, and so much of it hinges on what the kids do, but anyhow.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've got, what's up, Jen?
Hey.
All right, so Jackie, we've got your morning routine. So you need to be sleeping by 11 p.m. And honestly, like if you're saying, I feel like garbage if I get less hours, if you were to get less hours of sleep, you would feel like garbage. We should probably add in like half an hour of buffer time to that. So let's say 10:30. Okay. So then what we want to do is have a routine of how we go to sleep. So there's obviously a bunch of different activities we can do that help us prepare to get ready to sleep. And one of the key things is that we have a time when the phone goes off, the TV goes off, and then we go up and start the routine. So like, I'm sure you've heard like the blue screens, like get your cortisol levels up, and that's your stress hormone, and like that keeps you from sleeping. So it's a matter of like putting some things in between your screen time and when you're falling asleep. So that wouldn't, maybe it's a possibility that your phone off or TV off and up to the bedroom time could be later, and you just watch TV somewhere else up until the time you go to bed. So the time that I would want you to stick with is 1 hour before bed, that the phone and TV stuff is off. Okay. You could push it back as late as half an hour, if that's like a priority to you, but I don't know if that's necessary. Jen, do you have did you get a chance to see the link for the document or no?
Not yet. Like,
okay, let me send it through in the chat again, because I know it. Oops, just sent it to just Fred. Dang it. There we go. You should be able to see everything now. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the document we're working off of. So now that I've made a bunch of changes to it, you can make a copy for yourself and fill it in with your stuff. All right, so we've got a 10:30 to sleep time for you, Jackie. That means 9:30, phone should be off and up to bed, and you should have completed dinner by 9:30. Your last food by 9:30. Right. What time you typically eat dinner?
5.
Yeah, so that's no problem. Awesome.
No.
Okay. So now what we'll want to do is after you go up to the bedroom, that's where the activities that we want to put into your nightly routine. So I would recommend for the first week that you basically try and use the same activities. And it doesn't have to be 3, it could be 2, it could be 1, it could be all, like everyone that you could fit in the time that you allow. But I would recommend doing the same ones for at least the first week, just so you're like in a habit. So do I have those activities on there? No. So then what I'm going to do, just going to copy these. So some of your preparing for sleep activities that you can do that will help you sleep better. So TV and phone off, we're setting a time for that. Dinner time, setting a time for that to be completed by. Reading, affirmations, stretching, mobilization, sex, quiet family time, gratitude, journaling, or breath work. So then basically what you do is you put in the 3 that suit you. Okay, and so I like to think of these, you know, I have reading, I have my affirmations, breath work, and stretching as like the ones that I'm going to do. And none of them am I doing officially for more than 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Right. So, you know, right now you have a phone and up off to bedtime of 9:30. That gives you an hour. Like what you want to do is sort of regiment them in a way that where like the last thing you do before you fall asleep should be the same every time. So of the ones that are listed there, what one resonates with you, or maybe you already do or would like to do?
Well, no, I don't. I just basically lay down and watch nature shows, but I can do the stretching and the mobilization because that's something that I wanted to work on my accessory work and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Well, not accessory work, but the stretching mobilization one.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So we're going to do 10 minutes of that.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else on there?
Well, TV time. No, it says TV. Oh, that's off. Reading.
Reading. Cool. Okay. Okay. So then I'm going to recommend that you would do like the reading part before, like as your primary, to like go to the last thing you do before sleep.
Mhm.
And then you can add in another activity here, but now you also have 10 minutes for mobility work. And so I would recommend, you can do stretching, but I would recommend like doing soft tissue work, like smashing and flossing, because you just get a deeper relaxing response out of that than trying to lengthen out muscles.
Mhm.
Okay. There's your evening routine, Jackie, and your morning routine. How do you feel about it?
Good. Because the morning, I guess was okay. The afternoon is the, oh yeah, good.
Okay. So now, Nancy and Chelsea, Mike, you're probably still stuck in traffic. But when you guys, as you guys are writing down yours, like, how do you guys see yours right now?
For mine, I'm trying to think of what all, I'm sorry, I'm on my phone, so I don't have access,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the ones that I put. I know that I put 15 minutes to myself on there. Can you tell me what ones I put on there again?
Yeah. You put, let's see, so you need 7 hours of sleep where you feel like garbage. You typically wake up at 5 a.m. Your 3 activities were exercise, 15 minutes for yourself or meditation and coffee.
Yes. So my coffee, my day never starts before my day starts, if that makes sense. I'm sure you understand that with kids. My kids get up super early, so I get up when my kids get up. I don't ever get up early, but they're up by 5 o'clock. So my part of my 15 minutes to myself is I bring my coffee in with me to the room when my husband's watching the kids, and I sit down and I drink my cup of coffee. And I also practice mindfulness, and I do that before bed every night. I work on breathing, and that's a huge relaxation piece in my life. Exercising, definitely not something that I can get done every day, but mine is 15 minutes. I need to just realize that I don't need an hour to work out. I can do a workout, even if it's a mobility exercise, yoga, something like that, in 15 minutes on my lunch break if I need to. So that's something I want to really incorporate into my daily routine, and it's going to have to be on my lunch break, I think. So
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to undo everything I wrote in here for Jackie. It's a whole lot of undo clicks. All right. All right. So then I know you guys don't all have this in front of you, but step one, right? So we establish your earliest time requirement. So the kids wake up at 5 a.m.
yeah, between 5 and 5:30 always.
Okay. So between 5 and 5:30. So then what we're going to do, as far as your time requirement, are you the one that's on kid duty at that time? Like,
The way that it usually works is I get up with one and my husband will get up with the other. They're off just a little bit. So on the days that I get up with my daughter, my husband, or when I get up with my son, my husband will sleep a little later until my daughter wakes up, and then vice versa. So it depends. We're kind of both on kid duty. We have twins, so.
yeah. Okay. And then, okay. And so what do they have a regular nighttime, like bedtime? Yeah. What time is that?
It's at 8:30.
At 8:30. Okay. All right. So let's start with, they go to bed at 8:30. And you have a wake up time of 5:30. Do they still nap?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
They take like 2.5 to 3 hour naps. So.
Oh my goodness. Do they do that like at a regular time?
Yep.
Like the same time? Yeah.
Noon to always 2:30, sometimes 3.
Oh my goodness. That's where, so I think what we're going to look at here, Chelsea, is probably that's where we build out what's like the morning routine, what would be typically the morning routine, but we just take all the same activities and plug them in to like that nap time where you have the time to do it, where it's sort of regimented.
So I do work full time too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
There's that piece, but I work I'm a counselor, so some of my sessions are at home, some of my sessions are at the office, so it's really flexible.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's work this way. So what are the top 3 activities that you have are exercise, 15 minutes for self / meditation, and coffee.
Pretty sure I have an addiction there. Probably need to work on that.
Don't come into the gym on Mondays because we drink all the coffee. All right. So exercise, we got 15 minutes. All right, so let's start with your evening routine. So this is just a little bit different than, I think the kids are the thing that really just crush everything.
Yeah.
Grandkids.
Yeah. All right, so if we know we're gonna wake up at 5 o'clock
Mhm.
and we need to get to 7 hours of sleep, and we say at 7.5 hours is like the buffer time, we want to get to, we need to be asleep by 10 p.m. Right? Is that in the neighborhood of where you are typically now, or?
Yeah, it depends on if I have homework or not. I try to get some of my homework done during the day so I can go to bed by 10. It doesn't always happen, but for the most part, I'm pretty consistent about going to bed between 9:30 and 10.
Yeah, okay. And what time do you typically have dinner?
If we all eat dinner. So we give the kids dinner at 5:30, but that's not when I eat dinner. I usually
Yeah.
eat dinner when they're done. So it's usually around 6:30 to 7.
So that's plenty of time as far as getting good sleep. Okay, and if we say the phone off, phone / any computer homework that you have by, really yours is probably going to need to be pushed to the buzzer, like when you have busy work. Okay. So then sounds like the key for you is really just going to have a couple activities that you can do that really set the tone to get into sleep as quickly as you can.
Yes.
Okay. So then from, I went and deleted all these when I went in reverse. What were the sleep activities that sort of sit best with you? Like, or what do you already do?
Well, the breathing and meditation piece is a big one for me.
Okay.
And then reading is a good one too. I don't want to put reading in there. I read enough. Let's take reading out. Stretching would be a good one. I need to work on mobility anyway, so stretching would be a good one.
Okay. Cool. And those are my two favorite. Well, the breathing one I really like as like the last activity, because it, like, I usually fall asleep in the middle of it. And like the mobility work, especially if you're doing like the smashing and flossing, like I was telling Jackie, like it just gets everything into the, I'm not real good with the nervous system and the sympathetic and parasympathetic, but it puts you into sleep mode.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And then as far as how, with the breathing routine that you normally do, like how long does that typically take you? And where are you currently placing it in comparison to sleep time?
I do it right before bed, and I only do 3 minutes of breathing. That I just do 3 minutes. I could probably do longer, but that seemed to work for me.
Okay. And then let's put 10 minutes. Okay. So then where yours kind of looks like is, all right, the dinner is basically not relevant to your sleep routine because you'll have it completed well before bedtime. If we get in the phone and computer shut off by 9:30, that gives you a couple minutes to transition from whatever that is into relaxation mode. You still have 15 minutes in there. It's kind of like just winding down. So, if that ends up being some more reading or affirmations or some other thing that helps you, calm down, or extra mobility time or extra breathing time or whatever you want to make it. Hit 10 minutes of smashing and flossing, with foam roller, lacrosse ball, and then get into your breathing meditation right before sleep. Like just having those things in sequence will make a big difference in like how fast you fall asleep, because your body will start to go, oh, this is what I do before I fall asleep.
Yes.
And then hopefully what that turns into is like you fall asleep basically right at 10. And by the time the kids are waking up and waking you up, then you're like, I've got my sleep in and I'm good to go.
Good.
All right. So
See, what time is it? Is it my bedtime?
is it your bedtime? Yeah, it's
Is it my
close.
bedtime? I'm telling
Okay.
you.
So then Chelsea, do you have those times written down?
No, but I'll write them down as soon as I get inside. I remember.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, what I'd like to do, so Jen, I know you kind of hopped in the middle. I think you got kind of the big picture here as I was going through Chelsea's. But what we're doing is just starting from the earliest required wake up time, working our way backwards to make sure that the most important stuff gets done. Right? It's like, Chelsea, we're just going to take your most important stuff and, you know, put it in sequence. And like that time chunk, right? It's really like 15 minutes of exercise, 15 minutes for meditation, and drinking a cup of coffee. If we put all three of those back to back, we're looking at maybe 45 minutes, and you can plug that into any 45 minutes open. And like,
Right.
it's definitely a little bit more difficult to go and just like plug it in wherever it fits. You know, I guess some people do just fine with that. I've always been terrible at that. Like I need the same thing every day myself, but you can plug that 45 minutes in, and like even that, just that stream of things that you do together, like it'll make it super efficient. And if you decide, oh, I'm going to actually work out for 30 minutes and meditate for 10 and drink half a cup of coffee, like you still have them in the same sequence that works for you.
That's a good idea.
Right.
That's a really good idea.
Okay. So where I want you guys to go with this, so like Jackie and Chelsea, like we walked through all the way. Nancy, Jen, Mike, Fred, and Kristen, when you watch through this, is go through this activity and set it up for yourself. Like work backwards the same way I did with Jackie and Chelsea's, and you should come up with a routine that's pretty close. It's not going to be perfect, and I promise you it won't be perfect. You'll have forgotten to add the 5 minutes you need every morning to brush your teeth, and to, you know, for me, it was shave and make coffee. Like you'll need to make some adjustments, but what we do is we go with this and we start with it for, 5 to 7 days. And then we're going to make a minor tweaks to it. So like if there's anything, once you've gotten our first layout done and you're like, you know what, I think I need to add in the 5 minutes that it takes to tie my shoes and, grab the keys and start the car because it's cold out now. Like you just plug it in, but it starts with all of your habits that you'll ever want to add should start with this stream of habits. Like if we start with like a really simple base prescription like this, and we do it every single day, what happens is, oh, hey, Brian, you know what was really helpful for me was to do a 5-minute fear journal every morning. And so that you can help break through some of your fears. Right. And where other people may really struggle is something that when you have this routine, like when you already have a routine, to add new habits is really easy because you just go, oh, okay, I just need 10 minutes in order to make that a useful tool for me. Plug it in to your morning routine. It may mean wake up earlier or cut my workout 5 minutes shorter, or I need to move something else out. But what you'll always have is, if something's the most important thing, you'll figure out where in your already normal routine to put it in. So like for me, it's just easier to wake up at 4:50 a.m. every morning and have the same things happen in sequence because that's how I like it. But I could take like on the weekends, like I take the same morning routine and just move it usually an hour, 30 minutes back, but I'll still do the same activities just a little bit later because I don't have to do as much work on the weekends. So I hope that's really helpful, guys.
Yes.
So I would love to see, like, once you fill this out, like when you sit down at a computer or you fill this whole thing out, if you send it to me, And then what I want to do is meet again next Wednesday to just see how it's gone. And like, there's going to be things that come up and obstacles that come up for you. Like whatever those things are, I want to know about them. Like, and like part of what I'm doing here is obviously I want to help you guys, but like, I want to turn this into like one of those dynamite things that like new clients can get. And it's really, really meaningful for them so that they can get right to it. Right. So anyways, all the problems that you guys have are like the beta version and like helping me dial in how we try and do this for other people as well. So all of your feedback is welcome. And if you find that it's, oh, this was way too difficult, that's feedback too. And yeah, cool.
Well,
So,
I think
any-
it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea, Brian. I think it's going to be very.
Yeah, I hope it helps out because it's changed my life a lot, especially as like get a lot more busy with kids and we thought we were busy with a business and then we thought we were busy with a house and then we thought we were busy with a dog and then we thought we were busy with one kid and then we thought we were busy with two kids. I don't know if it gets any busier, but if it does, I know where to start.
Absolutely.
So. All right, guys, I'll share this recording in our little group message. Yeah, so shoot any questions, feedback in there as well. Cool.
Cool.
you so
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks,
Yeah,
Brian.
bye, guys. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.